Welcome back to another episode of On the Porch with From Porch Music. I'm Jenna, and this is Logan. And this is episode 99.
One more to 100!
The road to 100 started with Shania Twain is going to be our 100th episode. Oops.
She might be. Tune in next time.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But this week on the porch, we have Alberta artist Brettyn Rose join us. Brettyn recently was nominated for a couple of CMAB awards for Country Music Alberta for Horizon Female Artist of the Year and Songwriter of the Year.
That is right. She has also got her brand new single out right now. It's called Leavin' on My Lips. And she did give us a little tidbit that you can expect a brand new EP from her in about 4 weeks. So stay tuned for that. We did talk about books. Shocker, the book club Girls Unite, as usual.
Logan checked out.
We also talked about... Yeah, you did. But we also talked about her, upbringing and her being a small town gal. And as her town gets bigger, she basically moves further out. Truly small town girl, does not want to be in the city. Love that. We also asked about her going to university for psychology. Her fourth year thesis is hilarious, but also interesting. So stay tuned for that if you're listening. And we also talked about how it kind of flows into music and the psychology of music. I gave her some book recs. That was my gateway to talking. But anyways, we actually covered quite a bit in a short amount of time. So
here's our chat with Brettyn Rose. Do 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 do. Da 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 da.
Logan hates our reserved book club, but you're not the first.
I was saying to Jenna that there should just be a front porch book club, and I will not be part of it, but
I would be. That'd be so sick.
Me, Danielle, Ryan, Haley Benedict, Brittany Kennel.
Yep. Oh my god, I would be so here for that. Seriously, we could just chat books. That'd be so fun.
I know, because that's
chat books and music.
Literally, what's better?
There's a podcast in there for sure.
That's my whole life.
That's literally the same.
Yeah. Read and sing about it.
Oh well, it's fine.
Read, sing, sleep, repeat.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Read, sing, sleep, repeat. Perfect.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sleep, repeat. Yeah, it's basically my life, yeah.
Okay, well, welcome to the porch for the first time ever.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you. I'm so excited to be here.
How's your
how's your Brettyn Island? Yeah, you got it.
Brettyn. Okay, great. I just feel like I enunciated that really hard. Brettyn?
Brettyn? I know some people do, I even go back and forth with what I say. I say Brettyn or Brettyn. I don't know.
Brettyn's
just whatever
very cash. That's, that feels more of a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rose your last name? Is Rose a decision you made to call your stage name?
Rose is my middle name, but I actually changed it. It's my last name now. I dropped my last name, and it is my last name now. So now I have no middle.
Yeah. Okay, slay.
Yeah,
I love that. Stage name, real name.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really have to change it. I had such a unique first name, and the spelling is kind of tricky, and the pronunciation is tricky. Same with my last name, so I just decided to go by Brettyn Rose with my middle name, and then that's kind of just stuck, and that's what I feel is it's truest to myself as well. So yeah. My mom killed it with the name game for sure.
Let's go, Mom.
Yeah.
Where are you located? Where are we talking to you from today?
Yeah, I'm at home in High River, Alberta, which is just 30 minutes south of Calgary.
So that's
a little small town.
The Okotoks?
Okotoks is the next city. So it's Calgary, Okotoks, and then High River.
Gotcha.
So I grew up around the Okotoks area. We were right smack in the middle, 10 minutes north to Okotoks, 10 minutes north to Calgary, 10 minutes south to Okotoks. And now I've lived in High River for just about a year now, just over a year.
Okay. What made you move to High River? What's down there?
It's really cute small town. The Okotoks is getting really big, like Calgary. We have apartment buildings now, and there's traffic and things like that. So I don't really like the city. I like being in a small town, or I grew up out in the country. So I've never really been a city person. So there's I found a cute little apartment in High River, and the town is so cute. We have a little downtown. I can walk around and feel safe. It's just got the cute small town feel to it still. So I love living here.
I love that you dislike living in a city so much that you're Okotoks is starting to feel like a city. I'm out of here right now.
I would
Like that was
I would go further south if I could. Like the next town after High River, I also love Nanton. But it's like the commute to Calgary for like gigs and music and stuff would be quite a bit further. But High River is kind of a good medium ground for now.
okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. I love that.
I have some
Yeah.
family in the Okotoks, and I was there a couple of years ago, and it's like, you're right. It very much feels like a suburb, but also like there's a full town there now, like a city there now.
Oh, totally. Like I think we're well over like I think back when I was a kid they were gonna put like a cap on it so it would always stay a town, but the cap is no longer exists. It's like really big now, and a lot of people are moving there because they want to get out of the city. So then Okotoks is growing, and then now people are coming to High River, so High River's growing too. So it's like just all over the place. But yeah, Okotoks is a lot bigger than what I remember. It's kind of losing its small town feel that it still had when I was a kid. So I'm kind of sad about that. But you know, I still love it.
Is your family on the same page as you? Like, is everybody finding their way further out, or?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister likes the city. I think she'll end up living in the city eventually one day. She's more of a city gal, but the rest of us we definitely like it more out in the space in the small town vibe for sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how did music get started with you? How did like the small town feel? How did that all fit in? How did you get started there?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of three kids, and so I'm the oldest, so my mom just like stuck me in any extracurricular activity she could basically find when I was little, because like what do you see what a child likes, I guess. So I was in sports, and I was in a music for young children's program, and quickly realized that sports were not my thing. I don't have any athletic ability. I love sports, but I don't play them. But I was in this music program, and I was also in like the arts, like painting and drawing classes and dance and things like that, and that's kind of where my little brain stuck to, and I really liked it at a young age. And then I started piano lessons after that program when I was 5, and then my piano teacher also taught vocal lessons. So when I was like 8, she was like, do you want to try singing? And I was like, sure, we'll give it a try. And so I did that, and then I learned guitar, picked up guitar at 13, and then once I could like get some basic chords going, that's kind of when I wanted to try my hand at songwriting and see what a 13-year-old could write about life, I guess. And then I wanted to perform those songs, and now here we are. So music's really just like always been in my life.
My like perception based on my own experience of like the small town growing up, and it's all about like the hometown sports, and there's like a small little group of people who are more artsy and students who like are into the arts. So like, is that what you experienced too, or is everybody down for the music and the sports?
Yeah, I definitely think like sports are definitely a huge thing here. Like my brother played hockey all growing up. I played softball for a little bit. I was pretty good at softball when I was like,
Yeah.
I think I played till I was maybe 12, maybe 10, maybe a little younger, but I actually really liked it. Like I said, I love sports, but I definitely just didn't have the like drive for it or the love for it that I had music. So everyone in my family and my life has always been really supportive of music, or really just anything that me and my siblings wanted to do. They were like, go for it. So yeah, I love sports, but definitely music is where I belong.
Yeah, that makes sense. Was like the music community during school pretty big or not really?
Not really. I definitely did a lot of my music stuff outside of school. I started doing homeschooling when I was like in 7th grade, I think. So most of my schooling I've done like online, because I was doing music outside of it. I was taking lessons, then doing school online kind of gave me the flexibility. I could take lessons during the day or play gigs on the weekend and not have hours of homework to do, and I could kind of make my own schedule a little more. And I was in like show choir and playing shows, singing the anthem a lot at different sports games around locally and stuff, so it kind of just gave me that flexibility. So yeah.
Are you like, I feel like there's a team you currently do the anthem for regularly, no?
Oh yeah, I sing for the Calgary Hitmen.
Okay, yeah. I was
Yes.
I was about to say the Flames, and I was like, that's not right. That's
Yeah,
not right.
they play at the same rink. They play in the
Yeah.
it's like the Calgary Flames. Then we have like the AHL Wranglers, and then the Hitmen below that in the WHL. And then I also sing for the Okotoks baseball team, the Okotoks Dogs, here in the summertime. They play like May to August. Yeah, it's really fun. Fun little local. The community loves the Okotoks Dogs. Like the community, everyone comes to the games in the summer. They have a stadium. I think their stadium holds like 10,000 people now. Or 8, maybe? Yeah, maybe 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a big thing here for sure.
It's funny because you actually get so much recognition as like the anthem singer, because did you see the Maple Leafs anthem singer went on Canada's Got Talent and everybody's like,
Oh,
we
really?
recognize this voice, like watching that. I only saw the clips. I don't watch Canada's Got Talent necessarily,
Yeah.
but I was like flipping through the TikTok of it and I was like, what the heck? And it
Yeah.
was like, I think her name is Natalie. And
Okay,
it was,
cool.
anyways, all of a sudden everybody's like, we know that voice. That's the Maple Leafs anthem singer. Like, we all know her. It's so funny.
That's so cool. I've definitely been like recognized a couple times, mostly for anthem singing for the Dogs or for the Hitmen a couple times in the city. But yeah, it's really cool. And I've done basically almost, I think, every sports team around here I've sang the anthem for at some point, like minor hockey with my brother all the way like up. So it's kind of cool. I was like, I'm gonna collect all the teams.
So is it true that singing the national anthem is one of the most stressful things out there? Or at this point, are you kind of just like, I got it, don't worry?
No, I'm so scared every time. It's the most vulnerable thing I feel like you could almost do as a singer. You're out there all alone singing a song that everyone knows. To. Every single person knows that song, and like they are, I feel like, ready with their phones to see you mess up, because that's what makes like a viral moment, or those like funny clips of people not doing the anthem well. Like no one really remembers you doing the anthem well a lot of the time. So
they don't care unless you mess it up.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really nerve-wracking. I do like it at smaller events like the Okotoks Dogs, for example, because I can hear the people singing at me and they're so like community-based that everyone sings along. So that I really like. And I feel
a sing-along.
Yeah, like a sing-along. So I feel a little like comfortable, more safe, I guess. But it definitely is scary in like the Saddle Dome, especially when like it's kind of more on the empty side. You can hear the echo a lot, and it's just like you feel very isolated.
Yeah.
I think I would pass away.
Sorry?
I think I would pass away. I don't think that sounds so scary.
It is. I had one time I was singing for the Hitmen and I was singing the American anthem because American teams come every second season. And I had like, I've sang the American anthem before. I was like comfortable with it, just had a voice crack that I could not help. And I was like petrified because it was like a big one on like the high end at the note at the end. And I knew everyone heard it. And then I had to still sing the Canadian anthem after. And I was just like, that took a bit to get my confidence back with that, for sure.
And the American anthem, if you start too high, then you're screwed at the end.
Oh, exactly. And I was singing it in the key I was comfortable in, that I've been practicing in, and yeah, it was just one of those voice cracks you just can't help. Like nothing was gonna prevent that from happening. Yeah,
it's okay. Great news is you're not a career anthem singer.
Yeah. Yeah, and we don't have a lot of American teams here, so that's nice.
Canadian, exactly.
Better.
Exactly.
You mentioned earlier that, you picked up the guitar at 13 and just wanted to play the songs that you wrote. Do you remember the first time you played one of your songs and where it was?
Where it was? One of my songs, the first song I wrote, I think I was 13, and I can't even remember where I played it. There used to be this jam I would go to a lot down in Calgary on 9th Ave. They call it the Music Mile, and so it's just a bunch of like bars and music venues, like the Ironwoods down there, the Blues Can, and so the Blues Can, they would have like a monthly youth jam, because me and my friends, we were all like underage still, and so they would let us in till like 9 and we could all jam, and I feel like I probably played it for the first time there, or just at like a little clinic with other students maybe, but I feel like the Blues Can was probably one of the first places I played it. Yeah.
Do you think about some of the first songs you wrote now and you're like, oh girl?
A little bit. They were sad. They were super sad, and like my grandma still brings them up. She's like, I just loved that song. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that again. We're not gonna sing that song again.
Why is a 13-year-old writing sad songs?
I don't know. Even my mom, like when I was like, I wrote a song, like I came up to her and I played it for her. She's like, are you good, girl? Like, are everything okay? I was like, yeah, everything's fine. I just wrote this song. And I don't know where all of those emotions came from. But as I grow up now, I'm definitely a very emotional, and I feel emotions very deeply kind of person. So I guess there was something.
They were in there. Yeah, they were always in there.
Yeah.
You've been in like the Alberta circuit, obviously, since you were quite young.
Mm-hmm.
Like we always talk like to artists from Alberta, and they talk about like the live music circuit and like how supportive it is, and there's always somewhere to play. So like, what's like your take on the Alberta music circuit and all of these places where you do get to play and like make a career of singing music live?
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. I feel like Alberta's always had such a supportive and strong arts community in general, not even just for music, but the arts are very supported here. And even around like the foothills area, like Okotoks, High River, Black Diamond, they all are also really supportive. Like I played I think my very first like legit gig with the town of Okotoks. They asked me to open for like a folk artist who was coming through town on their tour, and I think I was maybe like 15, and they've like still I play gigs for Okotoks like now, and it's always been so supportive. There's always a place to play in the city or out here. Like people really love live music here, which I think is awesome, and the other artists are so supportive. Like yeah, I was playing youth jams with a group of people when I was like 14, 15, and I'm still on some bills with those people like now, and it's cool to like see each other. We're all still doing music, and seeing each other's paths kind of go is really cool.
You went to university. What did you go to school for? Did you go for music?
I went for psychology. I have a psychology degree.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to Mount Royal University. Yeah, and I have a degree in psychology. I love psychology.
How does that pair? Is this completely different for you, or do you see the connections between music and psych?
Oh, definitely connections. Yeah, I feel like psych overall is such a good foundational or like overarching degree for life in general, but I feel like really for me, it's also I feel like people always say if I can like read other people, which I think I like can, but I use it definitely more for checking in with myself and being
Mhm.
more self-aware of like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Or then I write songs about it, so it's kind of helpful to process or really like be aware and analyze myself more than other people, I think. And I love psychology. I've always, since I was a kid, like fascinated by like people watching and like why do people do what they do. I love like true crime documentaries and things like that. So I think I definitely see they overlap a lot in life in general, but
Yeah.
definitely music as well.
Did you have like a psychology of music course at all at your school?
No, we
Neither
didn't.
did
I
I,
really
but
wish we did.
I'm always tempted to take one online. I have a psych degree too. I'm always tempted to take one online, but instead I started just
Yeah.
buying books that are like, maybe this interests you if you were interested in like the neuroscience side of and
Yes.
like the
Yeah.
biopsych
I
side.
took some classes on that.
Yeah, other than the mandatory ones, which were evil. But anyways,
Yeah. I only did mandatory ones.
uh,
To be honest.
there's one called "This Is Your Mind on Music,"
Oh,
That sounds
and it
interesting.
yeah.
starts like brain chemistry and how
Ooh.
like tones affect your brain pathways and well how music like develops your
Yeah.
brain pathways, but also then like breaking down tone and rhythm and everything and how they interact in your brain chemistry. So
Cool.
sciencey but so cool. The book's not actually that long.
Okay.
And
I might have to
then
look this up. That sounds really cool.
it was like I had to like I'm a fast reader.
Me
And
too.
this is a great segue into books, obviously. So here's where I've caught everybody immediately. But it was like 200 pages, and there's like 100 pages of sourcing in it. But
I
yeah,
have a textbook over here somewhere that's about the psychology of marketing, which is kind of similar. I'm seeing
Okay.
if it's on my shelf right now.
That's
it's
cool.
also like it's just so interesting being like music nerds and then like understanding it from that perspective too. I mean, it took me a second. I had to slow down to read it because I was like, I don't remember some of these terms.
Yeah.
But
Probably a lot to take in.
super interesting. And
Yeah.
then my best friend bought me same author because he's a neuroscientist.
Oh, cool.
He has I don't forget what his crossover is, but anyways, I heard there was a secret chord is the second book
Oh, I
that
feel
he
like
wrote.
Cool.
And this one is on like how music is like therapy and healing and how people treat lots of different physical like disabilities and ailments with music, but also mental. So
Oh,
thick. This one's thick,
that's
but
thick.
it's so interesting. It's like a nice thing to pick up and read like 50 pages and be like, wow, this is so cool, and then go back to reading your like,
Yeah,
rom-com or
more
something
slow.
else.
You
Yeah.
don't want to devour. Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
No,
You know?
that sounds really cool. I might have to look those up because I love psych
Yeah.
and music, so that'd be really
I just love like connecting all the things you love into the same thing. You're like,
great.
all
And it
that
is
shit,
connected.
it makes sense now, you know?
Yes, and it's all connected through our brains. Like that's why I loved psychology, and I loved taking all the different. I took kind of as many psych classes as I could, even as electives, because I just
Mhm.
loved it. And I did like an honors thesis too. That was really cool, and I love psychology.
What was your thesis?
I did it on sugar dating. sugar daddies.
Oh,
I did it. Yeah. I know, super random. But
Go
I did
on.
it was like a qualitative study I did of is sugar dating, if like the public considers sugar dating legit relationships, or if it's more along the lines of like sex work.
or like
And
transactional.
so transactional. So I pulled all my data from like Quora and Reddit. So I just got to like read and deep dive on Reddit about it, and it was really, really fun and interesting.
Okay, what's the like general consensus?
It was very 50-50, and
Okay,
but
I can see that.
each side was like very extreme on their stances. They were like heck yeah or like heck no. It was very polar opposites. Not a lot of like middle ground. They were either like, yep, it's legit relationships, they're dating, they have an emotional connection, or like the opposite. It's just the transaction.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, I think this is about you, but let's just take one more second for this.
Yeah.
I think there is a transactional nature to all relationships, and that's how they often start.
Mm-hmm.
So discounting that type of relationship because it seems like
Exactly.
a little more non-traditional,
Yes.
and categorizing it that way permanently is very closed-minded. I think, first of
Yeah.
all, get your bag, sugar babies.
Yeah.
And if you have those resources to fulfill something missing in your life, go find yourself a sugar baby then.
Yeah. And like,
Is this going to be an R-rated episode? Is that what's going to
I
happen?
I don't think the algorithm's gonna know what to do with this episode. Who do we show
It's
it
going to end
to?
up everywhere.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was very like that side or the other side, like pretty aggressively, but it was really fun to research and study. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm. It was. And there
On
was like
that topic, now you have some form of information on how to get investors. Worst case. Translates pretty well, don't you
I
think?
got the knowledge. I've read the studies. I know the apps and the websites.
You know exactly where to find them.
I had to do all the research.
You did. We might as well make use of it.
This is going off the rails.
Oh my gosh.
So what book are you reading now?
What a segue. I actually just finished a book. I just got a Kindle on the weekend for my birthday, so I like read through a book
Happy
because I was like,
belated.
thank you. Because I was like, I need to try this Kindle, and then I just picked a book and I actually loved it, so I just like read the whole thing. So I need to start a new book. So I think I'm gonna pick another one on my Kindle. So
Okay.
I don't know what I'm
What'd
gonna
you
read
read?
next.
What did you read on the Kindle?
Oh, I read Heart the Lover. I think it was
Okay.
called, by Lily King, I believe.
Okay.
I usually read like mysteries and thriller books, like the true crime. I love that psychological thrillers kind of stuff. But this was a more of just like a fiction romance, kind of like coming of age
quick
book.
read.
And,
Yeah.
quick read. It was like 250, 257. So I was like, cool. And then I was just like on my Kindle. I was like, this is so fun. And it was actually really good. I don't normally pick up those kind of books, but I really enjoyed it.
It's the dopamine rush of it being a screen that makes people read it. I feel like it makes
Yeah.
you like get into it. You're like, it's still a screen. It's great.
Yeah, I was so hesitant. I've like read for years, but I've always been really hesitant to buy a Kindle because I love my physical books and I love like having them on display, and so I wasn't sure, but it's just easy to take it on the go. So I was like, I'll try it. My sister has one. She loves it. So I was like, oh, I see what the hype is now. And it's like, it doesn't feel like a screen on my eyes though, which was what I was nervous about. Like it feels like you're reading a book, just not in your hands.
It's perfect for the musician life.
It is, yeah. That was one of the reasons I wanted to get it. Is just like I'm literally gonna put it in my purse every time I have a spare minute. I'm just gonna like read or traveling, or when you have hours to kill between sound check and the show. Just like I'm gonna whip out my Kindle now.
So convenient. I don't have a Kindle, but I use my iPad to read. I have an iPad Mini, and the Books app does the same thing where it turns down the brightness and the backlight and stuff. So it's like you're reading a book too, but.
That's nice.
There's nothing like holding a book, though.
Oh, no. I will always love my physical books. My grandma was like, so you're not going to buy physical books anymore? I was like, no, definitely not. No. I love my books, and I love having them as display for decoration, too. And it's just, like, nice to have a physical book, and I like to support physical media. And, definitely not going to stop buying books.
No. I loved your TikTok videos, and I think it's on TikTok, too, but I think I actually saw it on Instagram Reels of, like, these are the books I read this week or this month, and it was like first you did some reviews, but I think you also did one where it was like, I read this many pages this day, I read this many pages this day. Did you do those ones too?
Yes, I did those on TikTok for a bit of like what I would read in a week, I think, like each day. Because I do read.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
I
like
love
you, I'm a
watching
fast
that.
reader, so I'm like usually a 50-page minimum, and I can see how far I can go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That content never hit my FYP.
Yeah. You're not a reader?
I'm severely not on Book Talk.
Book Talk's the
You've
best.
been audiobooking a little bit.
I've been audiobooking.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm new to those too.
I just got a rec from someone that I saved, and I'm going to start it probably this week.
Nice.
I'm getting into it. I'm dipping my toes. I've never been a good reader. Like, I can obviously read, but I just, like, my ADHD brain, I'm reading the words, but thinking of other things. So, like, what did I just read? I have to read it again.
Yeah.
So
That's
we're
so
getting
fair.
there.
Yeah,
But needless to say, I'm not on Book Talk. Book Talk is so far away from my FYP.
Oh, that's fair. I love Book Talk. That's like my whole FYP is Book Talk. I love it. That's where I get most of the recommendations. I'm like, ooh, gotta read that. It's such a great little community for that. I really like it.
There's nothing like a disappointing rec from Book Talk though, where you're everybody is reading this.
Mm-hmm. I've definitely had a couple of those where I like bought the book and I was so excited, and then I was like, this is actually terrible.
And I don't know about you, but I can't not finish. I still have to finish, even if I hate it.
Me too.
Yeah,
I've never.
And you just rage finish it. Rage read.
Yeah, I literally will just sit and I'll be like, oh, just finish this, like read as fast as I can. But yeah, I've never not finished a book either. I definitely want to get to the end at least. Give it a try, give it a chance. But yeah,
you want to know exactly when they like decided to pick it up, or it's like, why was this last 20 pages not half the book? This is so dumb, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree.
How does
we're critics?
Does reading, like, how does that kind of like translate to songwriting?
Yeah, I think I love telling stories, being a songwriter, so I really like diving into someone else's world and stories that they've created. I think it's so cool, and I love to like make a little movie in my mind and like while I'm reading, and I think it's cool because you can pick up on some really cool lines. It's really cool to just see how other people put words together, especially in like Heart the Lover was a very like romantic kind of book, and there was some really cool and like heavy lines in there, but really beautiful to see how people put different words together. So I can definitely like get a little inspired or be like, ooh, that was a cool way to say this thing. And because that's kind of songwriting and books, is telling a lot of the same stories at the core, but switching up the words or relating it to your own life and creating new ways to kind of say similar things. So I love books for that. It's really cool. I just love stories.
You're in the right profession.
Yes.
And the right genre, some would say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm happy where I am for sure.
When did you put out your first single?
My first single? I think it was 2019 or 18. 18 or 19, I think.
I'm on Spotify right now.
Running out of time.
2019. You're right. Good job.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, 2019.
How long ago does that feel now?
That feels like a long time ago. And with the pandemic and with not, like, I feel like there's like before and after. Of course, we all feel that, but I also feel like I've grown up so much. Like I was 18. I would have been 18 when that came out, and yeah, I feel like I've a completely different person in a good way, just growing up. So yeah, it feels like a long time ago.
Yeah. What do you like think about now when you're releasing music that you're like, whoa, 18-year-old me? I'm happy she didn't know all this. Like, you're probably like, oh my god, first single, this is so fun. How do I get this on Spotify? And now it's like the 8 to 12 weeks before releasing a song. You're like, ugh. Yeah,
it's so scary. And I feel like I learned something new still, like every time I release music or trying something else and seeing what works. And like even like the landscape of music is so different. I feel like from 2019, like everything is so different. So it's definitely, music is all trial and error, and I'm always learning as I go, and it's fun to kind of just like see a little bit of growth every time is always the goal. But yeah, I think 18-year-old me would still be happy where we're at.
Absolutely. You've been independent this whole time too, right? So like, how have you learned about the music business and understanding how you want to build your career and release music and work with, like, whether it's deciding to work with this is the lesson we're going to give other people now, working with like an agent or other people who help you with like marketing your music, that kind of stuff. Like, where does all that stuff start to like become part of how you think?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed being independent and like learning the whole scope of the entire music business. Like I love like all parts of it and learning how to like run a business period and like doing bookkeeping and things like that. And I think it's really cool to kind of build your career to a place where you can start bringing on team members and getting like help from marketing and things like that. To me, it's like a sign of growth and that I'm moving in the right direction, that where I feel like I want a little extra or like see what else I can do and explore. And it's really cool. And like I said, still I'll try out trial and error. That's not like just because you bring on members or other companies or whatever doesn't mean like more
No,
things will
yeah.
happen, but it's really cool to learn. I really love all aspects of music and having like a business and doing releases and stuff. It's really cool and I love doing all parts of it.
What's like the daunting thing about music and like being an
Oh,
artist right now? Like still.
ooh, that's, I mean, a lot of it. I think like social media is definitely one of the most daunting things because it's just like shooting in the dark constantly, no matter
Yeah.
like how good you think your content is or how much time and effort you put into it. That doesn't mean it's going to do well.
Mm.
And same with music too. Like, as you might love the songs, but you don't know how other people are going to receive it. So I think one of the most daunting things for me is still like just what are people going to think? Because I write my
Hmm.
songs are all very true to myself and my life. So I'm like, I love this. Like I it feels right to me, and which is the most important. But you still never know how it's gonna be received, so that's always a little nerve wracking as well. But also one of the most like exhilarating parts. And then seeing other people hopefully connect is like one of the main reasons why I still want to keep doing it. Is it's so cool to see people connect with your stories. It's insane feeling.
Yeah. What are some like bucket list things you have? Sorry, this is becoming a little Q&A. But like what are some bucket list things that you have that are kind of like in the they're like they're on the horizon.
Like dreaming big bucket lists, like career
Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, I would love to like debut at the Grand Ole Opry. That's definitely high on the bucket list. Like play, I would love to play in like my hometown arena. I guess we're not gonna have
Hmm.
the Saddledome much longer, so maybe the new one.
Rip. Yep.
Like headline Country Thunder or like a big Canadian music festival would be cool. Um, put out like an album would be super cool, and yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. See how far I can go.
There's
Yeah, why
lots more on the
not?
bucket list that you can start checking off soon.
Yeah, I really hope so. That's what we're working for.
Are you working toward an album right now, or is that something you're still kind of like single by single?
Yeah, I have an EP coming out really soon, so I'm really excited
Oh,
about that.
spoiler.
Yeah, little tease. It's gonna be coming like really soon.
How
So I'm
soon?
really
How soon?
like next month soon.
Ooh, soon,
Yeah.
soon.
Ooh,
Yeah,
slay.
soon. Yeah, so it's gonna be a couple new songs, couple ones that are already released, but it's kind of just like a collection of my life, basically, of like entering my early 20s and growing up and experiencing a lot of life stuff. Kind of all just happened to me in a short span of time, so it's kind of just about that. And yeah, so I would definitely love to work towards a full length album maybe one day, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But we're definitely in like the single era of music, so that's definitely, I still like doing that too, and kind of giving each song its own life because each song has its own story, so it's kind of cool
Mhm.
to give them each their time to breathe and share the story behind each one.
Well,
Yeah, that
speaking of
makes
singles,
sense.
your latest single, "Leaving on My Lips," came out about a month ago.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so yeah, it came out in March. I wrote it with Chris Yurchuk and Jesse Slack on my very first trip to Nashville. I think that was in 2023. So that was super fun. And it's kind of just like a lighthearted love song about wanting to be around somebody and wanting to be in someone's presence and missing them just as soon as they're not around, which I think is a cool feeling to want to be around, like to have someone that you like enough to want to be around all the time. I think that's a cool feeling.
And then do you have a lot of shows coming up this summer? Like, are you on the road quite a bit?
Yeah, booking shows. I think yeah, booking shows. I think it'll hopefully, it's looking to be a busy summer again, traveling all like around the province. So that'll be really fun, and I'm excited to start announcing those shows hopefully soon. And yeah, I think it'll be a
Mhm.
fun summer, and I'll have the EP out, and I'm yeah, very excited. Looking forward to this summer a lot.
Have you played some of the bigger, like the Country Thunders or like BBJ or anything yet?
Yeah, I played
Yeah.
Country Thunder in I think 2023, 3 or 4, and then I hosted the youth showcase at BVJ one year. Yeah, so I got to host that and also play, so that was really fun. But
I like
yeah,
that they do that showcase. That's kind of like
yeah,
it's it's nice for like the young artists who are like maybe not doing the full band thing yet or aren't like as experienced,
Totally.
but also like there's this like generally this gap with like performance opportunities. It's either like small gigs,
Yeah.
and then it's like you can play festivals, and there's like so much room in the middle where it's like, what do we do? And it's like it's nice
Yes.
that they do that. I love that.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and it was so, and there was such a range of age. Like they were like super young. I think the youngest was maybe like 13. So it's really
Yeah.
cool because like I've been in that position too, where like it's sometimes harder. You can't go in bars yet. You can't play
Yeah.
festivals. Like you can't be in those spaces when you're that young. But it's really cool to see them already getting that experience under their belt. So when the time comes, they'll be ready for those festival spots. So it was really cool. I was really honored to be able to be a part of that.
Yeah. Are there other things like does Country Thunder do something like that or not really?
No, we have like the B stage, which is open to all ages. Like I don't think they have an age restriction on it, which is really cool. That's kind of where like the local artists will play on that stage.
What is your like favorite like festival mem? Like you're part of like the Alberta community. There's so many different festivals there. Like, are you a Stampede girl or no?
I'm not one of those people that goes to Stampede like every year religiously.
Mhm.
Personally, for I like there's so many. I love going to the rodeo. I will say that I love the rodeo and the chuck wagons.
Mhm.
I watch like the rodeo and chuck wagons on TV like every day during the Stampede, but to go to the actual grounds, don't love it. It's so busy now, and like they're trying to break records every year for attendance, and there's just like it's like
Chaos.
crazy. It's chaos, and I'm personally like don't love being in those big crowds like
Yeah,
that.
you want to
But
be out of the city. That's why
yeah,
you moved.
yeah, exactly.
Literally.
And there's so many like small town rodeos that are like so much more fun for to me to go to with like the same they're all the same athletes and people at the Stampede just like out here, and High River has them, and we have like our own chuck wagon races in town too every summer that are the exact same circuit as the Stampede. So I think they're more fun because you get more up close and personal, and it's super fun. The Stampede's great. It's really iconic, but yeah, I'm usually
That
not
makes
at the grounds.
sense. That makes sense.
You were also speaking, continuing on with the Alberta theme here. You were
Yeah.
also nominated for a few CMAB awards this past year.
Yeah.
Congrats! What was that
Thanks.
experience like of being at that show? Because it's a good show.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was such an honor to be nominated in those categories and like alongside some of my friends and people and songs that I admire and look up to. So that was really cool. The show was amazing. I got to perform in it for a Terry Clark medley for her induction into the Country Music Alberta Hall of Fame. So that was a really cool moment in the show to be a part of. I was really honored to do that, and they always put on such a great show. So it's a great time every year.
Was
Is
Terry
there like
Clark
a
there?
whole weekend around it?
No, Terry Clark wasn't there. And yeah, they do have a whole weekend. It's like a Saturday, Sunday. The award show was on Sunday, and Saturday they have like a kickoff party. They have bands playing there, an open mic, which is really cool that goes into the night. And they have like workshops. I think they had a mentor lounge this year, songwriters rounds. Yeah, it's like a whole
Sweet.
weekends thing.
It's fun. We
Love
should
that.
go, Jenna.
You
We
guys
should.
should.
I
You
think
should
I
come.
went a few years ago, and I think that's where we might have initially met, Breton.
I think that's
Yeah,
correct. Yes. Yeah, I think that sounds right. I would agree with that. Yeah.
it was
Probably back
lots of
when they were
fun.
in Red Deer,
Yeah, it was
probably.
in Red Deer.
Yeah, yeah. So now they were in Edmonton this year. I think they the last couple years they've been bouncing back and forth between Edmonton to Calgary. So maybe next year will be in Calgary. So yeah, guys should definitely come.
Do you like come east at all to play? Like, have you done anything in Ontario or like you kind of need to come in
No,
this way, girl?
I do. I really want to. That's like on the bucket list as well, and hopefully
Hmm.
closer. So I would love to come out east and play for sure. I played in
Yeah.
Hamilton. Wait, I played in Hamilton during CCMAs when it was in a couple years ago at like a Blue Jay sessions and the Country Music Alberta showcase. So that was cool. That was like my first time in Ontario. So that was cool. I haven't been
Ah.
out past Manitoba too often. So yeah, I'm excited to do more exploring.
Yeah. There's a good like music scene in Toronto, especially around certain like times of the year. Like we have Departure coming up and then North by
Right.
Northeast and like all these things are at the same time, which is kind of
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, you gotta come play.
Yeah, I do. I would love to do that.
Okay. I think we're coming close
Hmm.
to when Jason would be like, "Holy God, guys, wrap it up."
That one's
I know that went very fast because I'm also sitting here like, did we miss anything?
yeah.
But why don't we ask you? Did we miss anything? Any other? You've EP coming out next month. Anything else that's like super stoked? Super stoked about?
No, I think we kind of covered it all. Like, yeah, EP, the new single, books, like that's like I said, basically my world. So
Yeah, read, sing, sleep, repeat. There we go.
literally read, sing, eat, repeat, sleep, repeat. It's a mouthful. You gotta eat too, I guess.
Yeah.
Drink some coffee here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Brettyn, thank you so much for joining us. This was a great time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I was very, very excited to be on the porch.
Thanks for listening to another episode of On the Porch with Front Porch Music. We're so lucky to be able to chat with artists and make episodes like this one. If you like the podcast, remember to rate and review us, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. It's the easiest way to support the show. Remember to check out frontporchmusic.ca to keep up with new music releases, exclusive artist interviews, and more. We'll catch you again on the porch in a couple of weeks. On the Porch is hosted by Logan Miller and Jenna Weiser, and produced and edited by Jason Saunders. That's me. Our theme song was written, produced, and performed by Owen Wrigley.